How does literature make the world a better place? It tells a story that the reader can view in their mind whatever way that they please to. The old lady was baking cookies with her grandchildren. You now have an infinite amount of ways to view this image in your head. You can decide what kind of cookies she is making with her grandchildren, whether it is chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, Christmas cookies. It is now all up to you to decide. Also, you as the reader can choose how many grandchildren she is baking with and what these kids may look like. There are endless possibilities that you can choose from to view the scene in your head, and it is all thanks to literature. Literature isn't just words. It allows people to come together within our world through writings. Kids can become friends in kindergarten because they both may love this one book that the teacher is reading to the class. It creates memories in the children's minds and allows their imagination to take over and create what they want to see in their own head. Even the elderly come together to spread joy through literature. Whether they join a book club at their retirement home, play Scrabble with their kids and their grandkids, or even do the Sudokus in the weekly newspaper, they are happy and enjoying their lives, all thanks to literature. Literature is not just words on a piece of paper, even though it may seem this way. It is far, far more. It allows you to be taken to a different universe, which is your imagination. Live through things in your head that you think you would never be able to live through. It brings so much to this world, and yet it gets next to no credit for what it has done. The Cellist of Sarajevo. This truly amazing fiction novel really made an impact on my life. Through my reading, I gained a new perspective on war, and my eyes were opened to what people have to live through while in the horrible conditions that war puts upon you. This novel made me hope that nations become more reluctant to start a war because of the harsh living circumstances that the characters in the novel lived through and how their families were torn apart. This piece of literature makes the world a better place by giving the readers knowledge on how horrible the world could be if we were in war, and gives support to why war should never occur again. As I read this novel, there were a lot of messages being said that I could implement into my life for the better. One message that touched me was how self-disciplined Kenan was throughout the novel. Kenan had to follow certain paths every day in order for him to be the safest that he possibly could be. He would make it home early so that he was not out in the streets at night, and took only certain paths in the town to make him less vulnerable to the snipers. It taught me that I have to be disciplined in my own life. This lesson made the world a better place because the kids reading this novel will be more aware of their surroundings and the dangers that they could be in. This novel also has a lot of figurative language within it. It gives the youth reading it knowledge on how to be better writers and communicators. I learned different ways to express my thoughts while reading this novel, and I feel as if I became a better writer by reading this novel. The Lorax. This children's book has an extremely strong message within it. It tells the story how this amazing, fertile, beautiful area became dead and without life, all because of what these creatures have done to it. It gives a message to the readers that our planet can become the same way if we do not take care of it and treat it poorly, just like how these creatures have done to this lush area. It is amazing for young children to read this picture book because if they learn young that the planet can be ruined if it is not taken care of properly, they can die and become uninhabitable. This makes the world better because if children are exposed to environmental issues at a young age and are aware what can happen to the earth, they will treat the planet better and have more respect for it when they become older and even when they are young. If the new generation grows up reading books that are about significant issues in our society, they will be more knowledgeable on what needs to be done to avoid these issues from occurring, but also how to fix these issues if they do end up happening. The world is a better place with this novel in it. The Lorax is about environmental destruction and self-greed, and it shows the world what will occur if you are selfish and do not treat the environment good. The Onceler was selfish, so he cut down all the trees in the area. Because of that, the area died and was now uninhabitable. If the lesson of how you need to treat the environment is put into the minds of the youth, in the future, our society will be more environmentally aware, resulting in less pollution and all around a healthier, greener earth. Did You Think I Was a City by Rupi Kaur. This powerful poem has a very strong message in it and shows it through a story being told within the poem. The message of the poem is the worth that a woman has in our society. Women are sometimes treated as objects. The poem is about how this specific woman is not just an object, but something much greater than that. She demands recognition for what she is in the poem, and sets an example for what all the women in the world should do. It is an amazing piece of literature showing that all the women that read it, they are far more than just an object. They are much greater than that and need to be treated with respect and love. By reading this poem, you are supporting that women need to be treated right and not brought to a lower standard compared to males. It shows you the mental state that women are put through because of males taking advantage of them in our society. They feel as if they are less of a person because they are constantly being taken advantage of, and this poem recognizes that and raises awareness of this issue. It may get the woman reading it to realize that they are being taken advantage of, and now that they know, they can stop it from going any further than the state that they are already in. Literature puts ideas into your head and may spark passions for what you have read. Someone who has read this poem may now want to help these women who are being taken advantage of because they feel as if it is unjust. Silent Spring. This non-fiction novel is known for its great works of raising awareness of the harms of pesticide use. This novel served as a public warning to the world on the increasingly destructive use of pesticides on our planet. Literature is used for pleasure. Also, it is used for gain of knowledge. But it can also be used for raising awareness on the harmful actions humans are doing that will evidently lead to the ending of our planet that we call home. This novel speaks on the relationship between humans and nature and how we are supposed to treat our environment compared to how we are actually treating it. The author gives the reader knowledge on what the pesticides actually are and how they are harming our planet by using them on our plants to keep the insects away. The more people who read this book, the more people who will be against the use of pesticides. If the amount of people rise who are against the use of pesticides, the less farmers will use them, resulting in a cleaner, healthier earth at the end of the day. Literature is an amazing way to raise awareness on issues and reach out to a huge number of people at once. Rather than spreading the word, By mouth, you can write a novel on the issue, and that way, millions can read it at once and learn what is actually occurring in our society.